And we're live! Hey!
Hello.
Such as we are. Lovely seeing you all again tonight on this February 26th. As always, Francis, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to be the dungeon master tonight. And before I get into what we've been doing last and what we'll be doing this time, how about we go around today and people talk about themselves? Danny.
Why did you make me start first? Feel picked on. I'm Danny, pronoun she, they. My character is Flora, an elf ranger. Um, might commit some crimes, but loves rooftops. I guess that's it.
Perfect. Perfect little encapsulation. Cool, Steve, why don't you talk about Stacy?
Hello, I'm Coolsty. She, her pronouns. As same for Stacy. Stacy is a small half-elf girl, hermitly living in the woods as a nice little druid.
What you're gonna
Oh,
do today, Stacy?
yeah. Um, I need to change armor, and I hope that we finish this arc today.
Perfect. Sisese, answer.
I'm eating. Whoops.
Always eating.
No. So indeed, I'm Antir. For me, both as and Seti pronouns are he slash him. And today, I'm probably gonna take some beatings to protect everyone else. And I don't know if I have a further plan yet.
And depending on how the evening goes, Falani slash Fira might be joining us tonight. We'll figure out what we'll do with that character then. But now, I'm scuffed. I'm sorry. Let me actually look at the summary. Because last session, after you'd rescued all of the citizens in La, uh, in Santa Miseria and then went on to Las Arcadas to stock up on some supplies and weapons, you met a very mysterious black-eyed cat who seems very attached to you but also very distant. Fear actually figured out that she was a polymorphed person, though upon trying to dispel the polymorph, she found out that it was actually on purpose and got counterspelled. So, the last thing you did last session was fight a bear and a spooky ghost, helping Zelaya, the captain of the militia guard, who promptly took her leave to get to safety, wishing you good luck on your further quest. But there's, of course, Roberto Enzo, the guard lieutenant, who is technically on guard leave, leading you all down to the harbor where he wants to help his contact, who might have a way of stopping the apocalypse. Or at least this very localized little apocalypse. And there you stand. There's a big dead bear. Fira is just getting her hands clean after filling a bit of blood of it from a vial. Flora, I presume, is packing up the pelt she just got. And there you are. What are you going to do?
I realize I forgot to mention Flora's pronouns.
Oops.
It's she.
Flora's pronouns are she, her, yes.
Yeah. I am so forgetful.
Don't worry about it. So, since it worked so well last time, Flora, what would you like to do?
I mean, I can't really do the thing I want to do because Lani's not here, so
Oh, I can play Fira, it's fine.
okay. Can I just like pull Lani's character like off to the side?
Yes, absolutely.
So, I just kind of grumble a bit and it's like about like how messy it was, and then I pull out my from my healer's kit a little box which has a syringe and a detachable needle made of ivory and wood. I'm like, here, this might help you extract blood better. I don't know what you're collecting blood for. I don't really care. But it might be helpful, though I'm sure that snake person that you were talking to earlier could probably better upgrade it, but it should help if you want.
She gratefully accepts your syringe and needle, and looks at you a bit confused and then says, thank you. Where did you say you were from again?
I never did say.
Oh, right, I'm sorry.
Oh, you
Either way, I think
haven't
it's
even
better if we
asked
just
my
keep
name.
going. We can talk about this
Nobody
later.
here has asked my name yet.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Alright, hang on, what's the cat doing? And the cat, which is perched up on Stacy's shoulders, suddenly digs her little claws into your shoulder, Stacy, as she like arches her back and gives off a loud hiss. And you see that the sky's getting a little darker. Anyone can give me a perception check if they want to.
I'll do a perception check. It's
By
the
all means.
D20, right?
It's a d20.
I would have +5 on that.
I would only have +2, so not gonna bother, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
Dirty
What-
20.
With a 20, you do notice the big bird. There's in fact It kind of meshes in with the clouds, which have turned to a dark grey, but there is a large black bird. The kind of which you've never really seen. You've heard that up in the mountains to the far west, you sometimes get like huge flying reptiles, which are like the sizes of trees and houses. This is not a reptile, this is a bird. And the cat looks at it, hisses, and digs its claws into your shoulder. And as the bird passes over, you can actually see that the cat jumps down, clambers up the roof, and chases after the bird. And she disappears.
I
To which
got
Farah
14,
then,
by the way.
excuse me,
Got 14, by the way. I
you
didn't want to
saw
intro.
you saw a big shadow pass overhead, and that the cat is now chasing after it. To which Farah says, "Oh dear, if you don't mind, I think I want to check up on that cat. I don't trust it. I'll catch up with you as soon as I can." And
Okay.
Farah makes to leave.
That was
So-
weird.
And Roberta says, "Wasn't the weirdest thing we've seen tonight, though."
Ah, true.
Good luck, Farah. See you soon. Be careful out there. And he's a bit incredulous himself, but as he said, that was not the strangest things he's seen all night. If nobody goes to stop her, Farah's actually going to climb up that roof and disappear herself. Okay, you're now standing up here in this little corner of the street. What would you like to do before you continue on?
So, as Stacy looks to the way the not Tom was escaping, she noticed that her armor is pretty worn down, and especially on the shoulder patch where not Tom was sitting. And she remembers that she got another armor at Javier's house. So she puts down her backpack, gets the armor out, and as she puts it out, she sees something on the armor. She holds it with one hand, and with the other hand, you can see her touching the armor and going down some lines on it, and you see a little nostalgic glance in her eyes. And she closes her eyes. Then she sighs a little bit, puts the armor a little bit closer to her heart, and then finally changes up the armor.
First of all, not Tom for the audience is what we've decided to call the cat now. She does have an actual name which I've not shared with the party yet, but I think Not Tom is a cute enough name. Um, Secondly, as you put on the armor, Stacy, please do give me
OMG,
give me a
this is the
perception check.
friendship name.
Yeah, so Stacy.
Give me the check. Damn it.
Which check?
Perception.
Perception again. Oof. Just a 10.
Near the nape of the neck, where much like your armor right now, there's a bit of a collar. You actually see a little engraving. It's like made out of silver thread. And this armor, which is otherwise like a dark reddish leather. But you don't know what language it is, and you can't really figure out what the engraving, what the little rune means.
While Stacy has also her backpack down, she noticed that she has a bit of stuff in there, like some explosive arrows and crossbow bolts, which she can't use. And she says to the group, "Can anyone use those? Because I don't have the tools for that."
Remind me again, what did you receive last time?
I got, let me check in my backpack. 5 explosive arrows and 1 crossbow bolt.
Says here you got 4 explosive arrows anyway. Okay, we got 4 explosive arrows and 1 explosive bolt. Any takers?
No thanks. I can't use that. I prefer my fists.
I think Fira would have liked the bolt, but Roberta's actually going to step up to you and say, I've rarely used explosive weapons before, but I think I can make use of that bolt. Thank you very much.
I hand over the bolt to Roberto.
It's a tiny engraved bolt. It's a bit bulky because it holds like the explosive fluid. And then we've also got, let's just say, 5 explosive arrows, which can be used on a bow.
Okay, so I notice the arrows, I guess, and I say, I'm not really sure about explosives, but I guess they're arrows, so I might as well take them off your hands if you want.
Yeah, sure, Hunter Girl, just take them.
And the hunter girl takes the explosive arrows.
Oh, wait, it's Ranger, not Hunter. I'm sorry.
Hunter Ranger,
How dare you?
how dare you.
Rude.
And with all that out of the way, Roberto
It's
looks
time to
on.
holding hands.
You're all holding it. No. Roberto looks onto the east and says, right then, we've got the worst part ahead of us, I presume. You're ready?
There's no point installing any further.
You are. And there we are.
Ooh,
Dun dun dun.
the hell?
You are now in a warehouse. Let me get my notes. Ahead of you, you see a crane to your right immediately, along with some crates. And pay no attention to the hostile face. Over an alley, which unfortunately has been collapsed. So, yeah, you see a bunch of rubble sitting, lying there in the road. Let me find my notes.
Some pink and some pink and yellow rocks.
Yeah, it's all
Pink and yellow, pink
like.
and yellow. Uh-huh.
Thank you. It's supposed to
So was it
be.
4
It's supposed to be
arrows or
baked.
5
It's supposed to
arrows?
be baked clay. Yes.
Makes sense.
Of course it would be baked. You're down in little hell.
Exactly.
So. And Roberta says to this, oh, bollocks. You also see that to your left you have a little corridor leading off to a side alley. So, what's it gonna be? Roberta just kind of goes ahead and expects the rubble.
Do we see the little corridor here, or is it like a level below and it's not really?
No, you can step down. You take down the steps, and there's just a door there to like a little side warehouse.
I personally want to check that out.
You want to check that out?
Yes.
And the other two?
I follow the snake because somehow he can't be trusted that he won't stub his toe.
Absolutely.
Understandable.
Flora.
Sorry, I wasn't fully paying attention to what was happening because I was trying to figure out inventory stuff.
Yeah, don't worry. You are now inside the warehouse district of the Little Hell. You're in the docks, and ahead of you lies a long alley, which has been collapsed with a bunch of rubble. To your right is a large crane, and to your left is a corridor leading off into another alley. And Coolster and Stacy, Coolster and Stacy, Seti and Stacy are now standing in front of the little side channel.
What's Roberto doing?
Roberto is inspecting the rubble.
I guess I'll go inspect with Roberto. And is it raining? Because if it is, then I'd like to pull up my hood of my cloak.
Yes.
Okay, then I pull up the hood of my cloak.
You get like a light. You get like a light drizzle. Your hair's getting all frizzy. You can see Roberto's beard is getting a bit sad and saggy. And he looks at it and says, "You know, a younger and more foolhardy adventure would just climb over, or even dumber, crawl under it. Or maybe someone might even push it."
How do you think it would react to explosion? I say, pulling out one of the arrows that Stacy gave me.
Oh, I think that would be the stupidest idea of all. I love it. And with that, we're going to cycle back to Stacy and Sassetti. What you gonna do? You don't know of the other two's plan of arson because the wind is very loud and they're like a bit out of earshot. So I'm assuming you just walk in, right?
Yes, I say to Stacy, maybe we can find something here to clear the way.
That's actually a good idea.
Okay, you get in there and there's a bunch of crates and two large chests.
I inspect the left chest.
Then I go for the right one.
I'm just gonna assume you mean it like this, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
Good. Good. Sassetti, why did you both name your characters like that? Why would you do this to me? Anyway.
Because of the friendship arc incoming.
Exactly.
Sassetti and
It was-
Stacy, yes.
It was foretold.
Please give me an investigation check, Sassetti.
Investigation. No, a 7.
Nice chest.
Indeed.
Stacy, please give me an investigation check.
Another 20.
So
Ah.
dirty.
With that dirty 20, you can see that this chest is a nice chest, but it's also trapped.
I
So in
think I
fact, it's
can't
the other one that
open-
that's Sassetti is standing in front of.
Hold on, Seti. My chest is trapped. I'm pretty sure yours will be too.
Good catch. Do I
Do anything
have-
about it?
About to say, do I have anything that I can untrap the chest with? No. Yeah, it's going to be difficult because I don't know how it's trapped. Of course, I think Stacy knows.
Without tools, you can still give me a dexterity check at disadvantage.
And can I use my thieves tools?
Hold on, I have a little hammer.
Yes, you can in fact use your thieves' tools.
Aha, and you have a little help.
A hammer. So
Ooh.
I would go one step back and throw my little hammer at the chest.
Absolutely, just 5 feet, right?
Yes.
And Sassetti, what are you doing?
I will also step back 5 feet and see the results.
Please give me an attack roll, Stacy.
Yeah, so it's my strength modifier, isn't it? Or is it dexterity because
It's
I
a light
throw
weapon.
it?
You can use either, I think.
Oh, okay, then I use dexterity.
You're gonna hit it specifically on the lock.
I think you can also use your proficiency because you're proficient in clubs. Oh, but not when you throw them, I guess.
I would just go with the 13. So you see Stacy grabbing the little hammer, which is knotted down to her wrist, and she unknots it, pulls the arm backwards like in javelin throwing, and
Yeah.
throws the hammer towards the chest.
It just kind of clinks off. Very unceremoniously. Which might be a good thing because now you can see the chest actually starts glowing and hissing. For just a moment, and then it becomes peaceful again.
By hearing the hiss, Stacy jumps back 5 feet more.
Like,
Can I understand the hiss?
an insight check, please.
These rolls, they're terrible.
You are under the impression that hissing means you're getting somewhere.
Exactly. That's a good hiss.
With a 5, you think that's a good thing.
That's a happy hiss.
That's a happy hiss. Okay, we're gonna cut it off right there. And Flora and Roberto, you mean to attack, I'm assuming, the rubble with your explosive arrow and bolt.
I'm guessing so, but before we do this, Robert, do this, person. I don't know your name. I don't know what you call yourself. Maybe
Oh,
we
I'm
should.
Lieutenant Enzo. My pleasure. And he just kind of nods.
Maybe we should first check if there's any weak points. That would be good to hit, and then get back. Cause I don't know about you, but I don't want to deal with a bunch of falling rocks onto me.
Very clever idea, go. Yeah, go ahead. I'll check, and you can check with me. And please give me either an investigation or perception check, and you can add 5.
Gusti's having fun in the chat.
See?
That's a lot of emotes.
Like add 5 to my like base score.
You roll it and then you add 5.
Okay, because I have different bonuses for
Yeah.
investigation.
You take which one you want. I'm just offering you can either use investigation or perception.
Okay. So that's a 21.
The 21.
Yeah.
You do notice the weak points right away. You see that there's some wood underneath all the rubble, and if you manage to hit the wooden beams, like a big chunk of the rubble should be able to should just fall away, making it a lot easier to just climb over.
Okay,
So,
so I say, hey Enzo, if we hit the wood, it should probably be the most effective.
yeah, I think so too. Right then, let's go. And please give me an attack roll. Roberto is going to do the
Wait,
same.
do we still back up first? Because I don't.
How much further do you want to back up?
How much further can I back up?
Let's say to the back of the alley.
Okay. I will go to the back of the alley. Because I
And
think
he's
I have
coming
pretty
with you.
range with my bow.
Let me just get Roberto's. And please give me the attack roll.
Attack roll will be the D8, right?
D20.
No, that's the d20.
Oh, wait, that's a hit. Sorry. I get confused.
Ooh. Roberto gets a dirty 20.
It's gonna go boom.
I get an 8.
Get an 8. That's all right. Your arrow kind of goes wide, and hits the wall like over here-ish. No, don't move the building. Anyway, it goes wide, and hits kind of here. Anyway, that's enough to remove this bit of rubble. With the dirty 20 that Roberto got, he managed to actually oh, for crying out loud. Imagine, if you will, that Roll20 actually cooperates.
Imagine if you will.
And a huge chunk of rubble just disappears. What's the color? I think it's this color. And there's now a bit more of a passage here. Beautiful. I'm an artist.
Nice.
And with all that, getting over or under the the rubble will now be a lot easier. And with that, we cut back to Cisetti and Stacy.
About to ask, probably at around the time that we're working on the chest, we hear the explosion.
You hear the explosion, yeah. You see the hissing kind of stops from the chest, and you hear an explosion outside, and a bunch of rubble moving around, like a lot of grumbling. So,
Okay, Seti, we can check on that what is there later, but we need to check the chests first. But you you have to do it because just because.
Fine.
Are you going to take even more of a step back?
Yes.
All right.
Up against the wall. No.
Yeah.
I'll go to the no longer hissing chests, which happily assisted me,
Yeah.
and try to open it if it's still a bit locked with my teeth tool, otherwise just with my hands.
Wait. You just want to open it?
Yeah.
Circle. Yeah.
You
Let's
just
just use
wanna
this.
open it. Are you dumb?
You just want to open it. Okay, everyone at this radius, please make a dexterity saving throw.
That's just me.
You hear Stacy whimpering, and please also get my hammer back.
Oh, come on!
He just misses it as you are knocked back 15 feet. No, hang on. That's not what I wanted to do.
But
Oh, he
then
he
I
lands
bump
on
into
me.
Stacy, right?
Yeah, please let him land on me.
You want him to land on you, okay.
Yeah.
And you please take 8 fire damage as the chest explodes.
So I'm unconscious.
You only had 8 HP
I only have
left,
5 HP left.
and
Don't worry.
Susetti goes limp and lands against you. One chest has been reduced to a little fleck of soot on the floor. The other chest is still standing, though it is red and hissing. X.
Okay, so I try to wake up Seti. I take his shoulders and say like, "Come on, you damn snake!" But
You
I notice
snake!
that
You
this is
slap him
no.
awake. Please give me a medicine check.
Oh, okay. My next move would have just been using what is this called? Cure wounds.
Right. So,
Yep. Loot's on fire, Jeff. Also, hi, Jeff.
there is no loot after all.
Mm.
You saw the angry hissing chest, you were like, oh, this seems good.
He sounds friendly. Apparently, bombs are friendly.
So
With a 7,
my
you manage to slap him back awake, and Susetti, you awaken with 1 hit point.
oh
Hey.
the 7 is already my cure wounds.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
You're
you
a
just
medic.
cured.
Because
You
it's,
just okay. You come back with 7 hit points.
yeah, it's on touch.
Well then, there's a bunch of burning crates. There's a single hissing chest, and what used to be a chest. To the explosion outside now has been added the explosion here inside. Well done, folks.
But about to ask at some point, like, does the hammer also fly over our heads?
Look at the wall behind you. It's been embedded into the wall.
I found your hammer.
I turn back and see it. I try to grab it and pull it out. So I think strength roll.
Yeah, sure. No, give me a Constitution check.
Constitution.
As you've noticed that the hammer is
Oh,
in
well,
fact
it's
still
the
burning
same.
hot, still
Ooh.
red hot.
Oh.
The hammer burns you. You can't get it out. It
Ouch!
goes.
And I pull my hand back, and I guess I take 2 burning damage or so.
No. You manage, unlike some people here, to actually notice when you shouldn't try anymore.
One single brain cell snake.
Can I try?
With a powerful intelligence
no.
of 9. Wow, I was killed.
I just deleted all of you on accident. Anyway. With that, we're just going to cut back to Flora and Roberto, and you see the wall of rubble ahead of you is slightly smaller. Also, the wall to the side where your arrow hit, Flora, is a bit singed and dented.
So, after the explosion, Flora just kind of like instinctively, like kind of covered her ears. Now that it seems like the explosions have stopped, she slowly like lowers her hands and is like, "Well, I guess I'm not getting that arrow back."
And Roberto says, "Yeah, they're meant to be used, all right." Well then, I think climbing over should be a lot easier now. And he goes to climb it.
Should we check on the snake person and the kind of elf-looking person before we do that?
Boom.
Turns around, looks at you and says, "Figure they're coming out soon enough, aren't they?" Oh yeah, let's go.
At this moment, I think you hear the explosion. Boom.
I think his ears are still ringing because, unlike Flora, he did not instinctively put his hands over his ears.
Flora has a brain cell.
Right, you see the door, you see some smoke coming out, which is strange because you don't remember one of the exploding arrows going into that room. And you go inside, and what do you see but, it says Seti's leaning against the wall, he's a bit singed, he's got like soot on his face, and Stacy is trying to take off a red-hot hammer out of the wall. And there's a bunch of burnt crates and an exploded chest and one chest that is hissing, that is red and hissing. To which Enzo says, "Oh, it's one of those newfangled gnomish traps. I've seen that one before. It's funny. Did you guys try to open it without disarming it?"
I thought we
Maybe?
disarmed it.
Roberto looks at the chest and looks at you, and you might have seen that one of his hairs has started to go grey. Anyway. He goes, "Well then, there's still one chest to go if you want to disarm it this time. Flora and I have made short work of the rubble outside. We should be able to climb over more easily now."
Every time Seti speaks, Roberto ages greatly.
Gets 1 year.
Yeah, go ahead.
Flora.
I look at Stacy and like take my water skin and like look at it and it's like, "Are you trying to get this hammer back?"
Yes, I'd appreciate it if I get this back.
Can I try like pouring some water on it to see if it will help cool it down?
Please, by all means, give me an engineering check, which doesn't exist. No. Give me a...
True bubblegum check.
Intelligence check. Very funny, City, very funny. Give me an intelligence check. Just your intelligence modifier.
Just tell you what my modifier is?
No, you roll a d20 and you add your intelligence modifier.
That is a dirty 20.
For the dirty 20, you pour some water over the hammer. It goes back to its original form, and as you try to grab it, it's completely fine.
Okay, do I manage to pull it out or do I need to roll it?
Yes, you pull it out.
Okay, and I'm like, "Here you go."
Thank you very much. And I bind the hammer back to its place.
You just have so many belts on you.
Nice armor.
Okay.
Thanks, it has pockets.
And you can see Roberto kind of his right eye twitches a little, and he brings his fingers up to his temple and says, "Yes, hello. Oh dear, yes. We're on our way. Don't worry." And he puts his fingers back and says, "Okay, it seems my associate has encountered some difficulties, and it's best we move on. So, are we getting that chest, or are we just moving on now?
I'd
Maybe
like
there's
to
something
check
in
the,
it.
the chest. Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming you two want to go for the other chest.
Yeah.
Hold on, I
This
need
time I'd
to-
like to use my thieves tools to open it carefully.
You
I
use your thieves'
stay
tools to yes.
behind Seti and say, this time we try that the nature will guide us. So I cast guidance on him.
Nature guides you, and you get plus 1d4, was it? Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, 1d4.
So please, what's the thieves' tool check? I guess that's
Sleight
just
of
a
hand.
yeah.
Can I just
Oh, come
like
on.
before they do that, can I just like be like, I'm just gonna step outside in case things go wrong.
Yes, you do that. You get out to the side of the
This is
door, and
gonna go
Roberta's actually going to
boom
step
again.
closer and look at you expectantly, like a teacher would.
Roll 20 really doesn't like your
No,
nonsense
Roll20
here.
really doesn't like me.
Remember, please, I would like to say this, but you do have inspiration, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use it this time, because I don't want to explode
I don't
again.
want you to die already.
Exactly, I don't want to die already.
Not like this.
That's much better, so that's a 20. With a
Perfect.
1 from
Yes.
the D4.
The hissing gets very loud, and then it just dissipates. And so it's kind of like a sigh as the chest clicks open.
Good work, Seti.
Whew, I think I got
Nice
lucky
work,
there.
man. Let's get the loot and skedaddle. And
Alright.
as you say skedaddle, your eyes are caught by the glimmer of a little silver item.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
you see, it is in fact a intricately woven silver dagger. If you want, you can give me a history check, or you can just pocket it. And like, it has intricate designs on it. They're like swirly and snake-like.
A 13 history.
The 13 history. Your ancestors, the Wanti of Olaz, this continent, they used to rule supreme over this continent, but they were divided into many different people. And well, the most powerful empires, which used to dwell where the city of Morocco is now, they used silver weapons, much like this one. Most of them were either repurposed for the metal or sold to other countries. This one seems to be of historic value, and it is here. It's real, and it is in fact a silver dagger +1.
Ah, +1 even. Nice.
Yep.
Alright.
I mean, I wouldn't give you powerful shit if you could use it.
It's a dagger, I don't think I can use it that well.
That's not all that is in that chest, because
Okay.
you also find a little bound scroll that it has a very neat bow on it. It's a very tiny scroll, and also let's say 1d100 gold.
I guess we'll divide the gold.
You get 67 gold.
Nice.
How do we divide that?
Each of you gets 22, and one of you gets 23.
Yeah.
Or you can just give one of the coins to Roberto, who I'm sure needs it.
I mean, I'm not even. They could probably just split between the two of them, and I wouldn't know because I'm not there.
66 divided by 4 is...
Yeah, but also Sassetti is lawful good, so he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna
I
pocket
don't know
it.
that.
That's true. So I give, like this, I hold out the gold, it's like, I guess we share.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna keep the dagger because it has 20 importance.
You're gonna keep the dagger. You get 23 gold, Sassetti. Stacey, you get 22 gold, and Flora, as soon as these three idiots get out, you're going to get 22 gold pieces.
Does anyone take the scroll?
Oh yes, Sassetti did.
I don't need the scroll, I think, because I can't cast.
It's not that kind of scroll. It's literally just a scroll with writing on it.
Oh, okay, then I'm gonna take the scroll, yeah. Because I also have like the bundles of files What kind? When I quickly interpreted a kind of writing.
You can see that it is sealed, but the little ribbon has some Elvish writing on it,
All right.
which I'm sure you don't speak
No, I
or read.
don't.
Okay.
But I think it's once we're done with this, then we can inspect what we found.
Okay, and with that, I'm
When
assuming.
Seti handed the coin over, Stacy said, "Coin for Stacy."
I don't get that reference, but very funny. Flora, the snake man comes out, looks very pleased with himself, has a new dagger, and he hands you 22 gold coins. Do you do anything about it?
Uh, I kind of back away, like very unsure, like worried, like I'm like, what's that made out of? And you can tell she's a little scared.
I think this is gold, if I'm not mistaken.
And Roberta takes one good look at it, takes one of the coins and bites into it and says, "Yep, sure is. That's some good gold, friend. I'm not sure the owner of the warehouse is going to be happy about you stealing it.
I
This
think
place is out of my jurisdiction, so what do I care?"
I think the owner is going to have other concerns, but sure. What do you want, Roberto? You want something as well?
I want to get to the bottom of this, and we need to get over that rubble pile.
Then let's go.
I don't know if I actually end up taking the coin or not.
At this point, I'm assuming Sestetti hands you like a little pouch. Then he is busy talking to Roberta, and he inadvertently just kind of pockets it.
Stacy jumps in a little bit in the situation and just says, "With that much coin, I can buy so many flans." And notches a little bit towards the ranger.
I mean, I don't really understand how this stuff works. I don't think I really need it. You can have it. I just give it to Stacy.
You give me all of that coin?
And Roberta
This will be so much
Flora
fun.
with a little bit of a worried expression. You might have seen that one of his hairs has turned grey again, and he says, "All right, kids, let's get out of here." And you climb up to the rubble, and please, each of you give me either an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay.
While doing this, I also say to Roberto, hopefully it will be as effective like when we rescued the bunny painter.
Oh, you want to do the cheerleader hop again? I'm saying this out of character.
Yeah, the chili.
Okay, you can do your acrobatics check at advantage. Seti just looks at the rubble and just kind of slithers over. No problem.
Okay, I got a 17 for acrobatics.
Perfect. You stumble a little bit, but then you immediately find your footing and you're over it.
With advantage is keep highest, right? So I add
Yes.
K and H at the end of the plus
It's
2, right?
2d20 KH1 plus whatever you're adding. Yep.
Hey, good rolls.
No, you put 1d20 plus 2.
Oh yeah. Oops.
It's /R 2d20 KH1 plus 2 plus whatever your bonus is.
I'd roll with the 16 instead of the 9.
You go with a 16. You just fly over gracefully like the cheerleader you are, and my friend Roberta is going to make an athletics check, and I need to check his athletics.
I say to Seti, maybe you should give Roberto a hand.
If he
It's
needs
fine.
it, I'll help him.
With a 24, he does one big step and he's already over. Anyway. You are now
Okay,
successfully you have now
anyway.
successfully cleared this little alleyway, and you go further, and you see there's another door to your left. There's also the other way ahead, which leads directly into the harbor, your goal. And actually, can I make? Anyone can make a perception check if they want, or just give me their passive perception. I'm so indecisive. Anyway, with a 22, you hear the whistling, and you hear that somebody is whistling a song that usually has lyrics that are extremely bawdy. With a 15, Stacy, you hear a nice little ditty, and somebody is whistling it from the room to your left. Even against the wind, you can hear it quite well.
I hold up my
Every
hand.
now and then, the whistling is interrupted by the sounds of chewing.
I hold up my hand.
Chewing.
Signify.
Ew.
I hear something
How
at the
dare.
left.
And yeah, and Roberto checks the door, and it's like, who would be stupid enough to hide in this fragile warehouse during a storm? And he goes to knock, and a scrangly voice comes from inside saying, "What?" As you all go inside, and you see,
Wait, we all go inside?
you can go inside if you want, and if you do, you see, just let me get the asset. Where's my friend? Where's my tiny guy?
Just a
I
little
didn't delete
guy.
you.
Just a
Once
small-
again, I made a little non-binary blue guy, and this time their name is. You see, you meet Mogo the Goblin.
It's a goblin.
They are a goblin. They are sitting there, and they are chewing on some corn.
Ah, not gum.
They're not looking at you. It's kind of like, oh yeah, come on in already, why don't you? Not like I said you could come in already. And they sniff for a minute and say, "City, is that you? Since when are you noble company?"
Am I?
"Oh, that's a guard. I don't like the smell of that." And Roberto says, "Oh, Dieter, what are you doing here, goblin?"
Noble company? I wasn't aware.
Give me an insight check.
Where is it?
In the
Here.
meantime, can Stacy check if there is something else to eat around here?
Alright.
The 17, you notice that they are referring to Roberto, but also probably a little bit to Stacy. And that goblin nose smells everything. And you try to go for one of the barrels, and immediately, the tiny quarterstaff just kind of snaps out as they jump on top of the barrel and say, "Hey, what are your manners, lady? Ask beforehand."
Since Flora is still outside, and I think the door is open now, can I just like kind of peek in and be like, "Is it okay? There's no explosions, right?"
Hopefully
Um,
not.
And from scolding Mrs. Stacy, god damn it, Mogud points their nose at the door, sniffs a second, and says, that's the strangest smell I've ever smelled." "Yeah, come on in. I'm not exploding anytime soon unless the city says something stupid."
Not after last time, I won't.
Give me a history check, City, to see if you remember Mogud the Goblin.
In the meantime, I apologize that I
Not
was
really, but-
sneaking his food up and say,
Their
"Oh,
food.
I just thought that I could get a little bit to bite as well. I'm sorry."
I think
Listen, darling, this isn't even my warehouse. Just take what the fuck you want. And they go down from the barrel and keep chomping on the corn, while the ear twitches in the direction of Flora, who's just entered the room. And Roberto looks at Moga and says, "You know, I figured they were foolish, but not this foolish. Goblin, do you have any idea what's going on outside?" And the goblin says, "Destruction, mayhem, monsters coming, falling from the skies and whatnot. Right? The perfect time to be raiding warehouses, if you ask me. And as far as I'm aware, you're way out of your jurisdiction, Lieutenant." They just sniffed him and found out his rank. So Stacy, first of all, you find 9 wheels of cheese.
Wow.
Cheese, baby!
Oh yeah.
Um, 1 carrot,
Singular carrot.
5 yucca roots, a bag of rice, and let's just roll it. And please give me a perception roll to find some pudding.
Please roll for
If-
pudding.
Roll for
Fondue
flan.
time indeed. We have cheese.
Let's go! Yes!
Oh.
The DC was 20, and who would have thought? You find a little porcelain container with a little dome, and inside is the delicious caramelized flan.
Oh, hell yeah! There it finally is! And
Pers-
I immediately stuff it in my backpack.
Personal quest complete. No more reason to adventure.
And Mogurt is going to look up from their tasty dinner and say, "Lovely, that's a terrible idea." "I'm not the boss of you, though." And they go to a different corner and look at some more barrels.
Are you sure you're gonna be safe here, Mogert?
Sassetti, you worry so much, as per usual.
I
Too
know.
bad you're stupid.
I know.
And they mean, you don't remember much of them. You remember you've seen them around. You remember you've talked to them a couple times. They're kind of a nuisance that they just kind of show up in places and are very personable. You remember when they first arrived in the city, they didn't actually speak any word of common. They were talking a gibberish language no one could understand. And they were blind, but they could fight so well that nobody messed with them, not even the guards or the militia, so they just kind of let them do whatever. And now they're here in this warehouse eating corn.
Speaking common.
They're a fast learner.
Apparently.
Stands to reason that if you're blind, you're better at hearing and making out accents and whatnot. And they're actually going to trot up to you, Flora. They're not trying to be stealthy or anything, and they're going to poke you with their stick and say, "Excuse me, miss. Have you heard what happened to... What was the name of the place? 1 second. Are you perhaps from Mistalfa?"
What now? What's up?
Sorry, I just
Please
thought
don't
you were...
poke me.
I just... See, it's like a province back in the Imperial homeland, and I don't know, your accent kind of reminded me of that place. Oh,
Do you
glad to be
know
wrong, though.
someone from that place?
Come again?
Do you know someone from that place? Maybe I was there. I just didn't realize it. But maybe
Sure,
I
if you
met
want to
someone
chat them
from
up.
there.
Crinkly. They're... Well, he's a librarian of sorts, an antiquarian. But the district he's living in with his library should be thoroughly burnt down by now. I smelled some fire earlier, before the water and the rain. And this thing. If you do meet him, though, give him my regards. He has excellent taste in romance books.
I do like libraries. I do like books. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, me too, Shem. I can't read. And they go over to a barrel and take out a fish, saying, raw, I can't eat that. Go up to another barrel, take out some bacon and start chomping on it. So, gang, you're inside this warehouse. There's some more food. Stacy has basically gotten all of the food items you could have gotten. There's one more door to your left that leads to the side alley you could have taken earlier to circumvent the rubble. And whichever way you take, the next goal is getting out of here and finding the docks. There's of course another chest down here. You can see.
I want to check if the chest is like hissing as the other ones were.
And you go in there, and as you do, Moga turns to you and says, "Oh, don't bother, I've already dissolved it. Didn't have any food in it, though. It's yours, I don't care."
Is
You
there-
open it, and you shall find a pair of hand wraps.
Hand wraps.
I
Please
like
add to
how
your.
Roberto's icon is the one checking the chest.
You are correct. I'm sorry. Wait, no, I don't want to shrink you. Come here.
Toy.
And you find a pair of hand wraps. Please give yourself what was it? Hand wraps of greater urgency, which will add. And the bonus and the effect is you can hang on. Once per long rest, you can re-roll an unarmed melee attack.
Ooh.
And also,
I don't find the item,
if you
FYI.
huh?
I am not finding the
I just
item.
made it up.
Okay.
I'm going to send you the description later. Just write it down. Actually, I'm going to write it down in the side chat.
Yeah, no, I'm writing it down.
Once per long rest, you may re-roll an unarmed melee attack.
Nice.
In the meantime, can I offer Margaret 1 pack of rice, which I still have in my backpack?
Yes, and also
Not rice, corn. Sorry, corn.
before you do, I also have to add the other effect. When you critical attack with an unarmed attack, you can make another attack for free.
Ooh. I'm gonna slap some bitches.
If you crit,
Alright, another attack for free.
and there you go. I just put it in the chat, and they're called hand wraps of greater urgency, I think.
Alright.
Because we all know that City was a bit slow, but now he's as urgent as ever.
Now I'm just slow more urgently.
You're slow, but you're very intense about it. And Mogud says it, takes your corn gratefully and says, "Oh, you're a darling, thank you." And they go to kiss your hand.
I allow it because they are they. Do you know what I mean with that?
They're non-binary. They're not a
Yeah.
bad thing, but they're certainly a thing. And actually, with that, they're going to cast guidance on you.
Ooh.
Nice.
What is it? What is the version of guidance where it just lasts until whenever, and it's not really limited to a minute? Yeah, anyway, let's just make it guidance. Anyway, you're now guided.
The guided
And
with the sauce.
you're guided with the goblin sauce. And that's it.
Good
There's nothing more to
sauce.
do in this room.
Do I, a quick thing, do I notice the scroll that Sassetti picked up?
You did notice it. You noticed him expecting it to find that it had writing on it. I'm going to say you even saw that the writing was in Elvish.
Okay. I just go to like him and like kind boy, it's like, do you want me to look that over? I could maybe read it.
Sure, if you think we have the time.
And
I look
Robertus
at
looks at
Roberto. Do
Robertus
we
just looks
have
at
time?
you and shrugs and says, "I mean, my associate can handle themselves on their own, but I really don't like to keep them waiting."
Here,
No, go ahead.
take it.
And as you pick up the scroll, you get it out of your bag. Mogud rushes up to you and tries to rip it from your hands. And their demeanor has completely changed. Earlier they were like jovial and informal. Now they remind you kind of a panther, as they're jumping at you with the agility of a great cat. And the face has gotten very serious. And Flora, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's just me rolling a d20 again, right?
That's a d20 plus a dexterity modifier,
Okay.
plus your proficiency.
If you're proficient in it, of course.
She's a druid, she is.
Right.
Not a druid, a ranger.
That would be a 23.
And you just dodge out of the way as Moga jumps at you, misses you, and doesn't slam against the wall, just catches themselves and immediately starts to climb up it. And then they're hanging from this, and as they are now clinging to the wall, talking at you from the ceiling, first they say a few words in language you don't understand, and they say, "Give that scroll to me, you don't know what that does!"
Is it a language that any of us understand?
Oh. Can smell its foul influence. This scroll is made of great evil, evil the likes of you will never understand. Even greater evil than what lurks down in the harbor. You must give it to me or destroy it.
Are they speaking and do we understand them now, or are they still
Their
speaking?
accent. It seems like their accent and like meter has changed. Like they sound a lot more serious and martial now, but they just speak plain common.
So I shouldn't read it's what you're saying. I mean, it looks like it's Elvish. I mean, what harm can
It was
elves
written by
do?
elves, but it's not from. But it's not. It, the elves have touched it, but it's not from here. That paper is cursed. And the scholars of the university have gotten themselves into something very dangerous. I suspect this is from them.
So too dangerous to read then?
I don't know what's written in it, but I suspect I know its contents, and it's better the world doesn't know. But you don't know.
Isn't it better that instead of destroying it, we use it to find out who created it and make sure that it doesn't get spreaded again?
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Don't think that's my strong suit, but I am gonna try. Yeah.
Hey, you want to be a diplomat? Then give me the diplomacy roll, dude.
Fuck.
Seti, this is out of your understanding. Trap it. Shut your trap. Girl from Mustafa, you don't know. You don't know what the scroll might do to you. All I know is that it is evil. But I can see now that but I won't fight you over it. Because you're nice. And they just kind of come down from the wall and sit down on the barrel. I won't be happy about it there.
Right. So
And they kind of relax again, going from the Black Panther that attacked you beforehand to kind of a lazy cat. And they squat down on the barrel.
I'm just gonna take out my hunter's knife, my obsidian little dagger. I'm going to sit down on the ground in front of sorry, what was their name again?
Mogurt, like yogurt but with an
Mogurt.
M.
Mogurt, and just show them as I just cut up the scroll.
I go 10 feet away from that.
And Roberta's standing next to you. Okay. So you want to open the scroll, right?
Not open the scroll. I'm just cutting it into pieces.
Cutting it into pieces. Please give me a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Ooh.
That's a d20 again, right?
Yes.
Do I add any modifiers to it or no?
Your wisdom modifier.
Yeah. That is a 14.
With a 14, you you can see no physical changes about the scroll, but then you feel a stinging in your mind as you feel it reaching out to you, to your mind, and trying to take something from you, slashing out at you for attacking it, basically. And please, take for me 3 psychic damage. Okay, your hit point maximum was 10, right?
I think my hit point is 11.
11. So now you're down to
8, I think.
8. Yes. And Mogurd looks at you eyelessly and says, "Just as I thought. Let's bear this way. Thank you." And
You're
there's
welcome, but like now I have a headache. So I'm just gonna drink some water.
don't worry about that. And they're going to do a what's the spell? What's the spell you did earlier?
Cure
Stacey.
wounds.
Kill wounds.
Yeah, cure wounds.
Okay. Hang on. They're going to cast Cure Wounds at first level on you. Mm-hmm.
It's 1d8 with your wisdom modifier.
And you heal 9 hit points back to maximum. Great. The least I can do. Now, hey, Lieutenant. Yeah? You had something to do, didn't you? I suppose so. Are you going to get yourself into safety? And they say, I feel quite safe in here. You guys take care not to go into that door. I think there's something evil in the alley, and it doesn't like the smell of me, and I don't like the smell of it. I'm going to eat this lovely corn that was just given to me. You have a good one, all right? Bye. And they're
Before
just going to go.
Mogud leave, can I
Mocha
ask
doesn't leave.
them
Mocha just goes into the corner and
Okay,
chomps on some corn.
Stacy turns to Mogud and asks, "Which stars should I follow? What do you think, Mogud?"
Well, the way I see it, I don't know what stars are.
Oh, I see. Okay, then never mind.
You see what I don't. Sorry, I can't make the decision for you, darling, but I think you'll do quite well.
That's hint enough for me. Thank you very much.
You got it, and they're going to belch and then just go back to their corn. I'm imagining Roberto's hair has just gone completely grey. Did we ever get to what was in the chest here? Yes, you got the hand wraps.
Indeed.
Yes.
Great, and with that, we're going to move on to Harbor.
Oof. Oh my. That's biggin'.
Well, you see the swirling cloud. It's
Yeah.
glowing blue. The rain has all but stopped, but there's still a lot of I still need to remove. There's still a lot of wind going around, and there's a swirling cloud right off the water side, and there's a crane going into it, and the building that the crane stands on, you can see a lightning bolt being fired from it at what you now see is a big Nikoloth standing inside the nearby warehouse, standing on the dock underneath the clouds. And let me just get the Nikoloth. Let me just get the stat blocks. And congratulations! You find yourself in our first combat encounter. So please, everyone, give me your initiative.
Before we do combat, can I ask we do a quick bio break?
Perfect idea. Yes.
Okay.
So everyone roll initiative, and see you soon. See you in 5 minutes, actually.
Indeed. All right. Right screen. Hey.
It's okay. They can see my art a little bit longer.
Indeed. Subtle
Thank you for
promotion.
the compliments on my maps and my art. And you've now, when last we left off, you've just gotten into a fight with a big Nycoloth, and you are being joined by a mysterious spellcaster up here on the roof.
On the
I
roof
have
again.
no idea what that is.
Emotional support roof.
Which one?
I don't know what I've never heard of the monster thing.
I actually showed it on screen for a second. I'm going to drop an image in chat. It's basically it's a fiend from the neutral evil plane of Hades. No affiliation. That's a bad image. Hang on. It's a fiend. It's neutral evil. It belongs to, I think, the class of fiend is called a Yugoloth, and this is like a high-ranking officer in the evil army. But you can also see that this one is badly wounded and has dull blue glowing eyes, much like the rest of the monsters you've been fighting tonight. And yeah,
There's some really cute versions of it.
yeah, it used to just look like a dog with wings. Anyway, and actually, the spellcaster got the highest initiative with a 21, and they are going to fire a cold firebolt. Da, 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 da. It's going to be a 29, which I believe will hit. What's the AC? Beats the 18, yes, which means they're going to roll damage now. Oh. They're going to take 9 cold damage and 9 necrotic damage, totaling up to, I believe. Hang on. Which is going to get reduced down to, unfortunately, just 9. So they're now going to take 9 damage, which will bring them down to. I'm so scuffed today. 62 minus 9 is 53. I could see just a firebolt being aimed at the creature that is blue, like a bright blue, kind of like the blue glow of the cloud above you. Hits them, and they actually freeze over a little bit. Like they have a little bit of rime frost on them. The Nycoloth, that is, and they stagger a little bit, and then look at the spellcaster and say something in Abyssal.
Oh, I can
Ceci,
understand.
you hear what they say, and you hear the bellowing from this huge fiend as they say, "Oh, you're gonna have to do a little better than that, puny." And with that, the spellcaster is actually going to Misty Step up here on the crane. Pew pew. They just kind of teleport up there with a small silver cloud, and they're going to end their turn. And now it is Flora's turn.
Okay, so I do see the fiend, right?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll shoot at them with just
This might not translate very well, but you have the railing here, which
Oh.
is
Can I do like a curve shot? Because like I know
no,
you
you
can
have
do...
to you can get up to the platform here because it's blocking your way right here. This platform here is 20 feet up. This railing here is 10 feet up.
Really? I can't just shoot like slightly curved.
You
I don't
can.
think it's
If you want to give me
slightly.
if you want to give me a dexterity check.
You know what? Sure. I'm good with dexterity. That is a dirty 20.
That will just succeed. Please roll your attack.
So first I roll the d20 again, right?
Yes.
Roll the 6.
Unfortunately, you do manage to curve your arrow in such a way that it goes over the platform and the railing. But the arrow just kind of embeds itself in the leathery hide of the fiend, and it just kind of smirks at that. But its eyes are still on the spellcaster, who is now up here on the crane.
That's what I get for not taking the high ground.
Yep.
And I can move now after I've shot.
Yeah.
So I could move to... So where exactly is the high ground? Is it just like the railings in like the crane area?
Here in this area.
There's a kettle in my face.
I guess I'll go move to like the far corner of the railing, if I can.
Hang on. You can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can move up here, which will put you just at the stairs that lead up to the platform.
And that's... Oh, wait. I did hit the creature, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I can't do what I wanted to do because I forgot to do that last time we did combat.
And you can still use your bonus action to do your hunter's mark. Farah will get to you in a second.
I don't have hunter's mark yet. That's at
okay.
level 2. I was going
Okay, you still
to
have
do
your bonus
favor
action then.
food.
Huh?
I was going to do favor foe, but that's if you hit the enemy.
Ah, right. I see. Okay, how do we do this? As you walk up to the stairs, once again you can see the big bird. I'm going to make it actually big too. As you can see, the big bird kind of flying overhead, clutching a little figure in its claws as it drops off your friend, Fira, on the crane. Filani, can I get you to roll initiative for me?
It's a crane bird.
Sorry, I fell asleep.
I hope you might be.
That was going to be my prediction because I was like, Polani works strange hours. She might have just fallen asleep.
To catch you up on what happened.
I'm actually on vacation. I was just like reading in bed and I just disappeared.
Fair enough.
We can talk about this later.
Fair. Enough.
To catch you up to what happened while you roll initiative, at the beginning of the session, Fira ran after not Tom after she ran after a big old bird. The bird which is now mysteriously once again flown in at the climax of this adventure to drop you off on the crane.
I also gave
You're
Harvey-
joined by a spellcaster that sits on you that sits with you on the crane, and down on the docks you can see a Nikoloth, symbolized by the big red square with angry eyes.
I also gave Fiery the needle and syringe.
Yeah, you can add a needle and syringe to your inventory, Fira. Well, we can talk about this later.
Yeah.
What's your initiative?
Initiative is 17.
Cool.
17.
Oh, I heard you. That's cool. You are right up there now. On the next round, because you just dropped in.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're going to get to Stacy's turn.
I look towards Enzo and then towards Seti. I decide to step towards Seti and tell him, I know you're a bit imbalanced, but find your balance. You got this. So I cast guidance on him. And I also say, this time you need to do it on yourself. The stars can't help me to patch you up. And with that, I go the last bit of my movement to the right.
There you go. Roberto. Roberto is going to dash. He's going to use his action to dash, which will bring his movement up to 60 feet. Or was it 45? It's 45, right? No one knows, so I can decide. Haha. He's going to dash. And he's going to run his full 60 feet. 3, 6, 9, 12. Perfect. And that's going to be his turn. Sosete.
I did not understand a single word of what Flora just, not Flora, Stacy just said to me. But
Men.
Wow, I feel hurt. Can I take one
No.
psychic damage, please?
No.
I have some wisdom, but I do not understand what the stars part is about. That I do understand that I need to
Listen,
protect these people.
Sosete is a simple snake man. He worships the god of booty.
Boutique?
Melora, the mother of booty. So I just dash forwards towards the Nicolot.
You want to do the same thing that Roberto did.
Exactly.
Okay, dash.
I can
What's
dash
your-
up to
what's your-
60 feet, so I can get like somewhere around here. If you can see the arrow I'm pointing.
There you go. That's your
Alright.
action. What about your bonus action?
I can't really use my bonus action yet, I think, because there's nothing close to me.
So you want to end your turn.
Exactly.
With that, it is now the Nikoloth's turn. And the Nikoloth is going to teleport.
Oh god. I almost wanted to swear.
Moving up to 60 feet into an unoccupied space. Can I draw lines too? No,
Normally
I could
you
just
can,
move
yeah.
I could just move the clouds. Do I need to like right click for it? Do I need to like hold down shift?
There's like on the top left, there's the fourth thing is like a ruler, and then if you click that thing, you can draw those lines.
No, that's not it. Wait, I got it. I almost got it. There you go. Can teleport 60 feet in any direction. And before they're going to deal with the main course, hang on. It's up to 60 feet. It doesn't have to be 60 feet entirely. They're going to teleport. They're going to teleport right in between you twos. Congratulations,
Aha.
you got a big fiend
Good. Now we can attack in all
right in between you
directions.
now. And Pharaoh, you just got in, and you are very lucky. Please roll me a d6.
Oh, me?
Yes,
Okay. Let's see. A 1.
That's no good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now that you've rolled me a d6, please roll me a d20.
Okay. Pretty one. Natural 1.
Oh my god, you got
Oh,
you
no.
got the first encounter I designed for this campaign. As the cloud swirls and bellows with a frightening sound, flashing blue, another monster appears.
Please be a kitty.
And
Please be a kitty. Just be a kitty.
I literally, that's like my whole luck from the whole past session just came to bite me in the ass.
Or maybe it's because it's like, late. Here, instead of psychic damage, here are your rolls.
let's waiting for World Anvil to load in the stat block of the Mad Deva.
Oh god.
As you can see, an angel creature appears.
Fuck.
I also don't know what that is. I don't know
But
the monsters.
I'm going to describe it to you. Auntie, you might just do us a favor and look up Deva D&D 5e. Otherwise, I can just drop it in chat again.
Alright. Ooh,
Um,
that's a very muscular angel.
Deva D&D 5e. So,
That's
this
a
friend
himbo.
over here, he's a himbo, but there's some differences to the one you see right now. The one you see right now is, he has black hair. It's long and greasy. He's covered in what appears to be black slime and blood. He has lost his mace, and his wings are now like stuck with blood and slime. And you can't really see his face underneath the hair, but you can see the dull blue glow of his eyes, which now turn to you, Fira. I'm going to read the description one more time, which reads, "Ahem, where are you? Right. The party encounters a mad Deva. The usually blue-grey skin is covered in black and red shades of liquid. The Deva has a gaping slash across their stomach. Glowing blue eyes stare out between strands of blood-matted hair. Black hair. Ripped through unholy means from the radiant home plane of Isgard, this Deva warrior is just a shade of the former selves. Shambling, bleeding, unable to form a coherent thought or sentence, the mad Deva wants only to one thing: kill everyone. And it's going to
Hello
start with you,
there,
Deva.
my
Oh no.
angel from the nightmare.
It is a nightmare angel.
Mommy angel?
It is a daddy in this case.
Daddy angel?
Daddy angel. Let me just reduce the hit points to
For a
half.
second there, into I thought you said Danny Angel, and I was like,
Daddy
what?
angel?
Which will then bring us. Oh, I need to roll initiative for this thing too. Hang on. You got a -2 on dexterity. That's helpful. Thank you. Again, it's badly wounded. It's not really that dexterous anymore. True Deva. Oh, for crying out
What?
loud! They got a minus. They got a -1. Oh no!
I've never seen that happen.
Well done.
Bottom of the pecking order.
Wow.
Below the bottom. Anyway,
Not even
out of
clean.
this shameful entrance, the spellcaster is going to do a double take and look at the Deva, and quietly swear under their own breath. I fear I just heard like a little harmless swear in common, I think. Like, what's a language you understand? Yes. And as it is their turn now, they are going to cast Ice Javelin.
I have no idea what that spell does.
It is Ice Knife, but completely busted. Homebrew, baby!
Damn.
And they're going to have to make another dexterity saving throw. 3, which will not succeed anyway. which means they will now take 2d10 piercing damage. 18 piercing damage, which is magical.
This is the last thing you see before you die to the Deva.
Yep. They stretch forth their hand, and from the they manifest an ice javelin that goes straight into the Deva, and then also explodes. So what's the spell I see here? That should be charisma, right? So they need to make another dexterity saving throw, which is a 10, which means they will not succeed, and they will also quote take another 5d6 cold damage. Okay, fine by me. 18. I think Ollie also rolled 18, which means 36. Let me just see if it's if he's resistant to cold at all. Nope, he takes the full 18 damage. No. Actually, that was his entire hit points. Good riddance. Bye. The Deva disappears as soon as they appeared.
My failure does not affect us. Great.
Your failure to stay awake. It's fine.
Just literally entered. I am here to kick blood. Ah. Gone.
And the spellcaster is going to like pet their own hands, like kind of do a little pat, and say, "That's cold." It's going to be their turn. Danny, it is now your turn.
Quick question. Can I move before I attack, or do I always have to attack first and then move?
You can do them in any order.
Okay, can I move first?
Yes, where do you want to move?
Is it possible for me to get up on the railing, or is that too far?
The railing, as I said, is up 20 feet. You can get here.
Oh, I thought. Okay, can
Oh.
I get on the other railing, further railing?
It's further down than where you are right now. You're on the platform right now, which is 20 feet up, and the railing's only 10 feet up.
So what I meant is, can I get on the left railing, or is it only can I get onto the right railing?
You want to get here or here? The right one or the left one? You want to go on the left one? Okay, got it. You can get on. Yeah, you can get here. I'll just say. Okay, you've moved up to the railing.
I don't
What are you
know
going
if I
to do?
can erase that green stuff.
Don't worry about it.
Suddenly some green stuff appeared.
I guess I'll try to shoot them, but this time I guess I'll use my Adamite arrow.
Adamantine, yes.
Yes. I don't know how to pronounce things.
Please give me your attack roll, which is a d20 plus dexterity plus proficiency, right? The one's correcting me, so go ahead.
So roll a d20, then add my dexterity to it.
For dexterity and 2.
Yeah.
For proficiency.
So that's a 23.
23 will hit.
Okay. And then I roll my d8, right?
You roll a d8 and add dexterity, and then you can also add the damage of the adamantine arrow.
So d8 plus my dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. So I think because I rolled a 5, so my dexterity without the proficiency, so that should be a 9.
Okay, that's a 9. And
And
for the
then
adamantine arrow, it's +5 plus d8, I think.
I had it written in my notes. 1d8 plus 5 damage.
Okay, roll the d8.
I think that's. Wait, I picked up the wrong one. Oops. Because I got a 0 on it, and I was like, wait, that's not the right dice. So, d8. It's a 6.
So 9 plus 6 is 15. You do 15 damage to the Narkaloth. It's now from 53 down to...
Wait, did we add the other plus 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you? Okay, you rolled a
I
9 on the
did.
first... You
I-
did roll a 9. What did you roll on the dice?
I rolled a 5, then I added 4, and then I just rolled a 6 now.
6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 9 is 20, which makes the math a lot easier. Because now it's down to 33 HP.
Good. And can I mark it favored foe now?
Yes.
Which basically means I get, I think, a plus 1d4, and that it lasts for 1 minute.
Which is 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Fira, it is now your turn.
Well, I gotta see how, yeah, that's gonna be, yeah, how far above am I from here, from this guy?
60 feet.
Is there any way for me to climb down?
Yes. You can climb down on the
Okay.
platform below and from that platform down to the ground. Beware.
As far as 30 feet can carry me for like climbing down.
I'm going to say
Wait,
gets
have
you right
30
down on
feet?
this
Most people
platform.
only have 2.
Okay.
Antip,
So-
take 1d4 psychic damage right now.
No!
Way too far. Okay, so I'm gonna dash another 30 feet over here.
30 feet will just makes it so that you manage to climb down from this platform down to the ground.
Oh, it's another 30 feet up from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the crane
cool.
plus the platform equals up to 60.
Okay, that's all. I have nothing else. Well,
Very
bonus
good.
action, I'm gonna activate the Crimson Right on my hand crossbow. That's all.
Stacy.
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Yes, Stacy.
Okay. So, moment. I want.
Yep.
Then I grab my spear with both hands,
Yep.
and I want to pierce the fiend.
Okay. Go ahead and pierce it. Go ahead and give me the attack roll. .25 will hit.
Nice. So the 4 was from the guidance from Morgoth, just so you know.
Oh, but didn't you use that for your initiative?
No, I
Okay.
have not used it in my initiative. Well,
That's okay
without the
then.
4, then it would be 19. No, well, 21.
It's okay. You
Sorry.
hit either way. I
Okay.
just want to make sure.
Then
Please roll damage.
yeah, so since I used both my hands on the spear, I can use a 1d8 for the damage.
Correct.
6.
You deal 3 points of, I'm assuming, piercing damage,
Yes, it's piercing damage.
which is non-magical since since the Knuckle is resistant to physical damage, you do 3 damage. But you managed to get through its hide, which is not bad. It just kind of feels the poke up in its, I'm assuming, the back of its knee, and it just kind of turns towards you, with its dull blue glowing eyes, and smiles at you evilly.
I chuckle and say, I think I'm in danger.
Oh, you are. And Roberto is going to smile at your heroism and then immediately go for a slashing attack, which is going to be 20 plus 7, which is going to hit. Wow, a crit actually,
Nice.
which means he gets to roll the damage twice.
Yes.
Oh no, he gets to double the dice.
Double
He gets
the
to double the dice, which is 1d12 plus 7. Right, which is 9, which is 4 plus 7 is 11. It's going to do 6 slashing damage since it's resistant to slashing damage, which will bring us down to 24. It's then immediately going to use his bonus action to do a backslash, which will allow him to do another attack, which is a 15, which will fail. Now you see Roberto valiantly slash at the creature, do a critical hit, and as the Nycloth yelps, he tries to carry on the momentum, but fumbles on a second attack. The Nycloth will probably laugh at this, but it's feeling pretty shot. Speaking of shot, it's now your shot, City.
I remember the words of Stacy. And I think, oh Melora, guide these hands with your stars. And I'll take out the little dagger I just found.
Oh,
Use it to attack.
that's an attack without proficiency, I think, which is just dexterity.
I think
10.
I'm proficient technically with it.
You're
Yeah,
proficient with
daggers-
daggers as a monk.
It's a simple weapon. I'm proficient with a simple weapon as a monk.
Okay, I guess you do get to add your proficiency. Unfortunately, the 10...
Fails indeed.
Yeah, the 10 will not hit.
And I will try as a bonus action with my fists. That also doesn't hit. The stars are not with me.
The Nycloth doesn't even notice you. But thank you for your effort. Speaking of which...
Boom!
The Nycloth is going to look at Roberto, who just very badly wounded them, and is actually going to do a multi-attack, which was 2 melee attacks. Okay, cool. Plus 4. A 19 against Roberto, which I think will hit. It will just hit. And it will hit for 2d6 plus 1. $13 points of damage will bring Roberto down to 56 minus 13 is 43. 43 hit points. And again, they're going to do another attack, which will not hit. So you can see the Nikoloth just swiping with its big axe at Roberto, and while the first hit does connect, Roberto actually manages to dodge out of the way for the second one on time. And with that, Antir,
Yes.
please roll me a d6.
Ooh. A 3.
Please roll me a d20.
Oh no,
A
I have
one!
a bad
Fumble.
feeling.
What did you roll?
A fumble, a 1.
And another Mad Dava appears.
Ah!
Yay!
Just
Why are we
over here.
manifesting himbos?
You're manifesting so many angry himbos right now. And I'm just going to have to roll the initiative again. D20 minus
That's a lot of
2 gets a 12. Well done, Himbo. You did it. And I'm just going to order sending. And with that, can I remove somebody's turn? Oh, I can't. I can only remove everyone's turn. Anyway, it is now again the spellcaster's turn, who once again swears as another angel appears in the same way as before, and
The poor caster.
they're not going to go right for the throat again. They've seen
Aw.
that Feyre's actually managed to scramble down, and they're going to. Oh, this should be fun. They're going to cast the sins of our ancestors. Don't try to look it up. It's homebrew. Which will. And they're going to do it on one target that they can see within 60 feet. They can do it on 6, but there's only one target, which in this case is the one angel that just spawned. And I'm assuming they just will destroy another angel. Good for them. And
Damn it, Jeff. The Prima Deva, please no.
and the wisdom is just a straight d20 roll, which they will not succeed. And since they do not succeed, they take 80-20 radiant damage. Perfect.
Oh!
And gets immediately obliterated.
And stay out.
This sorcerer is very good against these angel creatures.
And you can see the angel being grabbed by hands coming out of the ground, which are dragging it down into it as it just fucking disintegrates. And that's another angel done, baby. Goodbye. Gonna reduce your initiative to nothing.
I
Biblically
don't
accurate
want to
dead
be on the
angel.
bad side of that sorcerer.
Yeah, indeed.
You don't know that's a sorcerer. So is a spellcaster.
Spellcaster, sorry.
Anyway, Farah, you just saw the spellcaster obliterate another angel. What will you do?
I just shrug and move another 30 feet this direction.
Very cool.
And now that I'm finally within range of my crossbow, I'm gonna pull out one of those fancy poison bolts I got for earlier, and I'm gonna shoot that demon thing.
Shoot the Nikoloth, please give me an attack roll.
Yes. Okay, that's gonna be a... Oh! Okay. 24.
That will hit.
D6, D8. Oh no, 36. Plus... How much? 1 D4. I've managed to bury all of my tiny, teeny D4s. So I gotta bury a little bit, find one. There we go, green one. Okay. That's gonna be 6 piercing damage, 3 poison damage, and 3 lightning damage. A total of
6
12
piercing, you said,
damage.
It was 6 for piercing, 3 for lightning, 3 for poison.
Yes.
It's going to the lightning is going to get reduced down to 2, which means the Nightcloth takes 11 damage, bringing it down to 13. Just to explain, it is resistant to lightning damage. However, it is not resistant to it is not resistant to magical piercing attacks or poison. So that's good. And the AC was 18, which I'm impressed you guys keep hitting. So that's not bad. And with that, do you want to use your bonus action, or is that it?
I don't have anything else to do as a bonus action, so I'm just gonna chill out next to this corpse.
Next to the disintegrated corpse of a angel. Danny, deliver this poor fellow.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my explosive arrows.
Are you sure? Because the explosion
Fine,
will
I'll
hit
use one of
everyone's.
my adamite arrows then. Fine.
I'm just saying, you can use it, but it is going to the explosion is going to affect the people that are standing in.
I was like, Flora reaches for like one of the explosive
Oh, actually,
ones,
no, it will
and then
just
it's
hit them.
like, no, I'll use the adamite.
Okay, I have to. I apologize. The range of the explosion is in fact 15 feet, which means it will only encompass the Nikoloth, if I'm not
Oh.
mistaken.
Is it
No?
radius or diameter?
Radius.
Then it's also gonna hit me and Roberto.
Okay,
And
okay.
even probably even
Even
Stacy.
Stacy.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so what Flora does is she reaches for the explosive and then second guesses herself, pulls out one of the adamite and
Adamantine.
loads it and prepares the fire. So now I will roll the d20.
Yes.
So it's just for the wait. I think I add something to the d20 when I roll to hit, right?
Yeah, your dexterity.
Dexterity and proficiency.
Okay, so
It's always the same.
that's an 18.
19 will hit. Roll damage, please.
So I believe with the favored foe and the adamite, it's
2d8 plus 1d4 plus 9.
so I rolled a 2, so plus 4, 6. Then I don't know.
Actually, can you just roll what I'm putting in chat?
Okay.
Because Jerome made a good point. It's 2d8 plus 1d4 plus 9. I just put in chat on Roll20. So that should give us the damage. And you deal 21 damage, and the Nikoloth is slain. I know. Well done.
Can I just have Flora say one last thing?
Yeah.
It does. That's what you get when you have the high ground. And she says it in primordial.
Can you once again describe to us how you kill this how you kill a creature?
Just give me a sec. I want to look at the picture again of it.
Yes.
I just shoot it like right in like the ear and kind of goes through its head. That way.
The blue glow from his eyes gives out, and it immediately falls over and dies. As you do this, you see the cloud above you briefly gets a little bit brighter, and then it actually calms down. As initiative drops, so does the wind, as it slowly but completely gives out. And you're now one step closer to ending this. I must also say the cloud is growing.
I thought the cloud was leaving. Oops.
The cloud's still there.
I thought so too.
So,
No such luck.
you've killed the Nycaloth, you've killed the two angels, which were going to be the hard encounter anyway. And the spellcaster. No, not you. Ah! Hang on, I'm fumbling. I'm dying over here.
Hi,
The
dying over
spellcaster
here.
just misty steps right in between all of you, and you can see you can see a hooded figure, definitely dressed like a mage. And as they take down the hood, some of you may recognize. Where's the fucking asset? Hang on. Some of you may recognize Archmage Vicar Romao. They're standing in front of you, expectantly. So, what would you guys like to do?
Look up at the sky and then at the Archmage and ask, what the hell is going on here?
And they're going to look at you and say, "Oh, I'm glad you asked. I barely have any clue, but it definitely has to do with something in that cloud. I suspect it's like a interplanar transponder. It's supposed to be used for transportation and communication, but something seems to have misfired, and now it's just creating this vortex and creating monsters everywhere." Roberto says, "Vicar, you barely need a hug at all. How are you?" And he goes over to give them a hug, and he can hear a little crunch. And they look a little bit disturbed, but smiling.
I do not.
I can see Roberto here managed to get all of you out of the dungeon. Okay, I'm very glad. Though I admit I'm a bit disappointed to see that the Order isn't responsible for this. Danny, I'm assuming you're going to stay up here on the railing to keep the high ground.
Emotional
Of
support
course, you
railing.
know, when I don't have emotional support rooftops, I stay on the railing.
And as you all collect yourselves, standing underneath this, not glowing anymore, but certainly growing cloud, a familiar face comes trotting up to you, Fira. And the cat
Oh,
which
no.
she ran after is now returned to you.
I elect to ignore the cat and continue talking to the Archmage.
You hear a little voice in your head saying, "Oh, that's cold."
Ooh.
And I tell them, I would have assumed that you would be rather glad to find out that none of the city folk have summoned this calamity. Not disappointed that it wasn't one of the religious nut jobs.
Frankly, the common rabble I can deal with, but the clergy is powerful. That's really something to worry about. However, I do know how to deal with them, and maybe someday we will get the leverage to finally get them out of the city. You might have noticed, but they've been terrorizing all of us. They've been terrorizing the city for years. You aren't the first people to get abducted, but maybe you're the first people to get freed, which is regrettable.
Can
Well,
Flora
whatever.
just, like, say, like, what abduction. I don't. Were you guys
You?
abducted?
You weren't
Yeah.
abducted? Well, where are you from? And they kind of elbow Roberta on the side, say, "Who's that?" And Roberta says, "It's like a stray cat. She just kind of approached us and helped us out fight. She's good, if a bit out of it." Oh, I see. Well, you see, your friends here, your companions, have been abducted from a local dungeon, as Roberta has told me. And they were abducted by the local clergy, who I suspected was responsible for this, and they just kind of raise a hand at the cloud. But apparently they're not. Anyway, friends, it appears our quest is not entirely over, because that thing is still up in there, and if I'm not mistaken, it's still getting ready to summon something.
How can we help?
Well, first of all, we could probably get it out of there. I reckon somewhere in there, in the center of the cloud. And you can see there's like a big swirl on here. Somewhere in there. The cloud is 90 feet up in the air, and it's over the water.
Have a cat.
Hmm.
Roberta then says, well, we have a crane over here. Maybe if we could manage to point it into the cloud, somebody might clamber inside and just grab the thing, whatever it is.
Do you really think that it is a physical device that is creating this and not some metaphysical manifestation of magic? Like a portal?
See for yourself, and they put a hand on your forehead, if you let them, and you feel a dull, warm sensation on your face. And please give me an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. It's gonna be a not good. Arcana, 8 total.
8 total. Well, then 8. You become temporarily blind, but only to the physical world, as you manage to see the weave, because the Archmage put some kind of enchantment on your brain. And what you see is that the weave lazily swirls around you and picks up and gets faster and faster up into the swirl above you, which encapsulates a small cylindrical object. And you can tell it's an object because, in terms of magical ability, it's completely inert, but it holds a great deal of it inside of it. It is a container of some sort. In itself, not magical. Much like you are a container for your spells.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gain your vision again. You see what I mean, then?
I see. So how we can reach it without flight, even if we do try something as daredevil as you suggest, jumping off of the crane?
The cat scratches at your leg.
I look down at it and ask what?
And you hear a voice in your head saying, "Hey, do you want to fly?"
Well, it would be quite handy. Though can't you fly by yourself?
Nah, I don't want to get the attention on myself. Let's just say you're a very skilled wizard and you just flew it yourself. You don't have to do any of the spell casting, but do grab that old thing for me, please. Please? And she does very big eyes at you.
Oh, I will grab it. Though if it will be for you or not will entirely depend on who you actually are.
Very, that's fine by me. Say the word and just tell the others that you're about to fly inside. And I'm going to put an enchantment on you.
Very well.
And as you have this conversation in your head, I'm presuming you're not saying your parts out loud. Is there anything the
No.
others would like to do?
I'm not about to look like a loony.
I look at the Archmage and I would like to ask, if it's an object and you're suggesting getting from the crane, wouldn't it be more reasonable if we found some rope and some net? Because this is, I assume, a dock. You do fishing here. And just scoop it out.
That's a very good point, but we still have to somehow get the net or the rope up in there.
I thought we were climbing the crane. Just
Can
So you
tie
do-
it to the crane.
Okay. So you want to climb the crane, and then throw in a rope and get whatever it is out of there.
Mhm. Using a rope and a net. It seems reasonable. You know, we can knock it out.
you can
And
maybe
Roberta says, she's clever. She's got something.
if you
I said we
need-
should try her job. The question is who should do it.
I can
Well,
be used as a hook.
True. And he just kind of he
You are S-shaped anyway, so that's fine.
and Roberto looks at your comment, looks at you for that comment, Stacy, with a questioning look. And Roberto and Vico just kind of laughs to themselves because they thought that was very funny. And the cat is still scratching at your leg, Fira.
I just say, or you can just hand it to me and I'll do it.
And Vico looks at you, and you can see the eyes are actually solid gold, the irises. And they look at you with a curious expression and say, all right, what did you have in mind?
Well, a little bit of flying.
And the eyes go narrow, and a smirk creeps across their face. They say, "Ah, full of surprises, aren't you, Roberto? I must congratulate you on the party you've gathered. Well then, Ms. What's your name?
Fire.
Vera. Please do us the honors and fly up in there." And
I look at the cat.
the cat, you can see the slight shift in its fur as it seems like a little ruffle is going through its fur, like a little breeze. And its eyes go wide, and you now have for the next 10 minutes, you have a flying speed of 90 feet.
I just grab the closest by net that I can lift with a 12 feet of 12 strength, and
I'm assuming Flora is giving you her rope.
I don't know.
I
Is she?
didn't have rope. I was doing.
Okay, you grab
I thought there would
rope.
be rope on the dock.
You grab the nearest piece of rope and you fly into the cloud. As you do, I'm going to need you to make an intelligence save for me, please.
Save! Ooh.
Just then you
Oh
realize it
god,
was not a
I
good
am
idea.
not good at those. Okay. Cross your fingers for me. Natural 20! Oh,
Ooh.
thank you,
As you
Blue
fly
Die.
into the cloud,
Plus
the others
3.
can't see you, but I'm just going to tell you for flavor. Your eyes take on a dull blue glow, much like the monsters you fought. And you can see, as you enter the cloud, your brain is filled with the memories of past wars. Wars between mortal people and immortal people. Fiends down in the lower planes. The wars between law and chaos. And as your mind is filled with memories of eons upon eons of bloodshed, it feels like you aged to the point of dying, are born again, and age and die and are born again. And as you fly deeper and deeper into the cloud, you manage to actually remember who you are. And as you fly onto the object that you've been looking for, you find that it is a small blue lantern, emitting a dull blue light, much like your eyes. And as you grab it, the cloud disappears. And you come down.
And yeah, considering how little time I have to do this, I just rocket down back to the ground. Trying my damnness not to break that thing.
And you hold it in your hand, and the blue glow now changes to a teal color. And Vico looks at it and says, fascinating. A blue lamp. Roll credits!
So now we know what
We
the name
Congratulations,
comes
folks! You
it!
have found the MacGuffin of the campaign that it is named after.
from.
I'm gonna say we're going to do another half hour. Is there anything you like to do?
I wanna check out the lamp, like what it looks like, the change in the glow, the arcane properties of it, that sort of stuff. Is it gilded in any way? Or does it have any marks of craftsmanship with either dwarven, gnomish, elven, stuff like that?
As you try to be very careful with it, you notice that it is extremely heavy. It weighs about as much as a small child. It is made out of what appears to be solid blue tinted steel, holding like it's like an egg shape, but it's like not like a taper is the same way on both sides, so it's more like a pill. And it's a pill shaped glass stuck inside the middle, and inside you see a formless bluish glow that, as you look closer on it, actually is made up of several different shades of blue. It's like a blue rainbow, and you can see it has a handle on top. It has a foot on the bottom that you can put it on a surface, and the steel is engraved all over with sylvan runes, and you can tell that it is not from this plane.
Mm-hmm. I set it down on the ground because I am not very strong and I cannot hold it up for that long.
Oh yeah, it is about the size of an American football.
Yeah, I have like no reference how big that is, so
I
you
know
said that
how
it's
big
heavy
that
as a
is.
child, so yeah,
It is
I
extremely
think that
heavy for
checks
its
out.
size, you can tell.
Yeah, and
What
I'm
kind
just
of
gonna
child?
look over both at the Archmage and at the cat
The cat, who is
to
now
gauge their
the cat has
reactions.
now returned to Stacy's shoulder, purring. And you hear in the back of your mind, "Well done, Farah."
Do I notice like the otherworldly stuff or like the ruins or anything about
I'm
the lamp?
assuming all of you are inspecting this lamp, and you can tell it is engraved with a language most of you won't understand. But Farah and Stacy, you both speak Sylvan, so you do know what
I
it is.
also
I
do.
don't speak Sylvan. I only speak
Oh, did I say
Elvish.
Stacy? I meant Flora. I meant Flora and
Okay,
Farah.
good.
You speak Sylvan, and you do know that it is engraved in that language.
Okay, so can I go up and like approach it and crouch down and like try to like decipher it a bit? Like the ruins.
Yes, and as you do, the Archmage crouches down across from you, or kneels down rather, and looks at it, and takes a little etching of the engraving, and then says, "We need to get this thing as far away from here as possible." And they point at a little crack in the glass, and they say, "See, that's the culprit. That's the thing that's been causing all this chaos. Little crack."
Well, can you mend it?
I can try, but I don't even know where to start. The script is in Sylvan. I have no idea how it even got here. But it is fascinating. And Roberto just kind of listens to this, stands aside, arms crossed, and nods. And he says, "This thing is certainly dangerous. I don't like the look of it. It is pretty, though." And the teal glow gets a little bit brighter. And give me a perception check, anyone.
Yes.
Let's see. Ooh,
Oh, that is good.
finally a good. When it's out combat, I can roll well.
Okay, 19 for me.
For me as
Ante,
well.
you need to show me later how you do the perception thingies here
right.
in Roll20, but
Oh, yeah, you need
later,
to tell
not
me
yet.
too.
I'll send you the link in. I'll send the link in the Discord.
Hang on, let me get my assets here.
The storm
As
is
another
back.
cloud
Oh,
appears.
the storm is
And you can
approaching.
see, dude, and not just the storm. You can see all of you, by the way. the sea wasn't that high. That another cloud is approaching, and the corpses that lie around you take on the same tealish glow that gets brighter and brighter as the corpses are reduced to nothing. And you can see that a swirling clouds of energy, a lot of swirling streams of energy, are coming out of the corpses and are now being funneled into the new cloud that has appeared as soon as I figure out how to make these tentacles larger. Flora, I'm just going
They
to
look
say
like
that
tadpoles.
they do look like tadpoles, but they are supposed to be like tentacles poking out of the water.
Dang it, I wanted to harvest those bodies.
And well, we can say that for now, the bodies which are disintegrating leave behind their loot. But you can also see that a rift has appeared in the water, and 3 massive tentacles are coming out of it. And Vika says, "Oh, it's doing it again. Oh, fuck, that's an aboleth." And
Here?
with that,
Wait, you were saying something about me because I was reading the
oh
thing.
yeah, Flora. I'm just going to describe you feeling differences in the magical field as you smelling different kinds of magic. And what you can smell right now is the stench of the far realms, the place beyond the planescape that is alien to everything that lives within it. This does not smell like fiend, this does not smell like angel, this does not smell like mortal or fey or anything. It smells wrong. And it has tentacles that are coming out of the portal, and the tentacles are going to try to swipe for you. But I think at this point, all 4 of you can get a level up.
Yay.
Hey!
And we're going to
Yes.
call it for the session. In which case, if you have any more questions for me or want to discuss anything, we can do that now. And then we're going to close out for today.
I guess I won't know what the lantern said until maybe next time.
Indeed. Oh, I'm so curious. Why am I playing a dumb character again? Oh yeah, wait, because I am dumb. It's called roleplay.
At least
To be honest,
you get a
I didn't
friendship arc.
expect, like, for this last part, for getting the lamp, I did not think that the cat would be playing into it. But it kind of jumped at me, so I was like, oh my god, I have to do this. Also, I really love this kind of relationship that's developing between Fira and the cat. While Fira's just constantly annoyed at it. The cat's like, come on, let's do some crimes.
And then afterwards it's like, I'm going back to Stacy. She has food.
I still like the fact that other than, I think, Mattia, no one here has asked me what I go by. Nobody has asked what my name is.
Cat always
We
asserts itself.
overheard you introducing yourself to Mattea, I think, but at least for
You did.
Stacy,
That
it's
would have only
like
been
Okay,
Fiery then,
canonically,
because
Fira, Roberto, and Vico know your name.
For me, I think it,
not you, like not
About to say.
Stacy and Sasetti.
I think for me it's gonna be like when this all dies down, I'm gonna actually even. So who are you guys actually?
I don't think I've really asked anyone's names either.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
It's like, okay, so we just stopped the
I've
storm
just been
together.
No,
and
you
everything?
asked Fira's name when Filani wasn't here.
Oh yeah, right.
I did or Sasetti did?
No, you did. I think.
You did, Flora.
Oh. Oh, okay. I don't remember doing that.
I think it's cool that today we managed to have a really good chunk of RP as well, and that we get a little bit more flavors from all the different characters.
Mhm.
I'm so glad you finally got to meet Mogurt. I've been sitting on them forever. I love that dude.
I still haven't gotten to do my pun with the character. I'm still waiting for it to return.
You're going to have to tell me later because I think that, I'm kind of curious now what you mean.
I get a blood curse now. Yay!
You get a
Yay, I
blood
haven't
curse,
checked my
and
level
you
up
get a
yet.
I think-
blood curse, and the first thing you can do next session is use it on that aboleth.
Yeah,
Uh,
mark it.
Yeah, I need to decide what my other, because I get two level 1 spells, so I need to figure out what my other one's going to be other than Hunter's Mark. I think I was debating between like Fog and like Windstepped or something.
I
Hmm.
finally have my
Also-
key.
I rolled a 9 on my hit die. So
Oh,
that
by the way, you
means-
can all just take maximum or roll. It's up to you.
Oh.
I want to make it an option that you can
Max.
all just always have your maximum hit points, so that I don't have to feel bad about throwing difficult enemies at you.
Okay, my mom's calling, so I'm gonna bounce.
Alright. Thank
If
you
you
for
want
your...
me-
Thank you for
to
remembering that we
tell
have a
you-
session.
Later about the. I guess I'll just DM her later about the
Yes.
syringe.
At some point, I'm also going to make another summary for today's session. I don't know how it's going to work for the next couple of weeks because some of you might know I have a lot of stuff coming up.
Exactly.
However, I enjoyed today's session a lot, even though it was a lot of standing around, talking, goofing, and setting off traps on purpose.
That's the fun part.
I'm glad we all managed to make the session fun, even though Filani unfortunately only managed to come in later. We got a very good chunk of it done. I kind of feel like it's good that I cut it off here because fighting the aboleth will definitely take another like hour or hour and a half.
Yeah, indeed.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that next time.
I love the fact that Flora so far is very good at like just getting the last like hit for like the kills. I find that funny.
Yeah,
She
but
did
soon
with
you'll be
the
running out
bear.
of soon you'll be running out of adamantine arrows, friend.
I only have one left.
You have one left.
And I'm also running. I'm slowly getting down on my other arrows. I was
Oh,
going to like maybe look at before things got messy. I was going to look at the bear and like see if I could steal like some of its bones to make bonehead arrows.
yeah, on ammunition, you're using, I think, a longbow, which is a martial weapon, and you are proficient in it. So, rule on this table is if you're proficient with a weapon, you don't have to worry about ammunition.
I have been wearing ammunition.
You don't have to anymore.
Well,
But thank you.
Probably the
But it
adamantine
makes
arrows
things
still.
interesting.
Yes, the adamantine arrows, those are a limited resource. I don't just give those out. You can see how powerful they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it would be interesting to keep because, like, if I run out of regular arrows, I can be like, well, gotta spend some time just like take a moment of combat to like try to craft some more, or like be like, does anyone have arrows?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that would work in this campaign.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll
But-
see.
I've just been keeping track. I haven't run out of arrows yet, so we're still fine.
Hey.
I mean, I've only used like what a handful of arrows, like 5 arrows for both sessions or something.
Yeah, see, the problem is when you want to throw interesting monsters at a level 1 party, you kind of have to either give them a lot of allies or nerf all the enemies, or do both, which is what I did. So none of you actually get to do a lot of turns, but the turns that you do get to make are meaningful, I feel.
Mhm.
Except for Sassetti, who just misses,
Yeah,
possibly.
can't hit for days.
And I just steal everyone's kills.
That's fine. Take them. I'm not gonna secure them. Someone needs to do it.
Stealing kills and making Star Wars references.
Exactly.
Well, with that, I think we've got a lot done today. I'm very proud of everyone. I had a lot of fun. Thank you all for playing with me.
And thank you everyone for watching, whoever all showed up. I hope we can get the next session going soon, but it will be a bit difficult. So we'll let it know when the next time is. which I need to figure out how to do so.
Also,
Till
thank
then.
you, Francis, for DMing again.
Indeed, it was a good session. Thank you for the DMing.
You all owe me so much. No, I'm kidding. Thank you.
I tried to
I've
buy you a
been
gift and you didn't let
trying.
me.
I've been trying fan art, pretty much, of not
Yes.
Tom and me. It's kind of almost done. I still need to do hair, highlight shading, and an eye. The dreaded eye.
Well then, goodbye everyone.
Yeah, thank you and see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.